Hey everyone, have I here bringing another video on Dragon Ball Z Dokkan Battle. In this video, we are going to be discussing my custom worldwide celebration Dokkan Festival exclusive LR cooler. So with that, if you're new to my channel, like, subscribe, comment below, do all that good stuff. Let's go ahead and dive right in. So I did do a video showing kind of how I do custom cards or put assets together through OBS, and I'm very amateur at all this. I don't use Photoshop or anything of that nature. I just put stuff together, make it look at least somewhat decent, and I think it came out pretty good here. So definitely check out that video. I don't know if it's dropping before or after this video here. So let's take a look at the unit in itself. I'm going to be going over the stats, but we'll look at the art first. Of course, the art comes from the assets of the SSR cooler, and then the final form cooler in the background. I believe that's the fighter assets on there, and then a bunch of other stuff that goes on to make this unit here. I think it looks pretty good, and for the unit of itself, I think a lot of people are tired of transformation units. I'm not. I really think that this will be a transformation unit into base form cooler to final form cooler. Again, you gotta love the art style and the look of final form cooler. But also I will be doing another custom stats on if they were just to be a final form cooler as the LR. So you guys get a little 2-for-1 here when I do this video. And yeah, let's kind of just dive into my thought process of basically making this custom card. So at least you guys see the art now, and let's dive into just mindset wise. So when it comes to the coolers that are available on the game right now, you kind of look at like tech, int, and physical as really not having any major unit on the forefront of the base form cooler. Now, on the final form cooler, of course, you have the EZA physical unit there, and then the rest of them aren't really too, they're like a lot of them free to play. A lot of them are like, I think one's a world tournament unit, stuff like that. So all in all, just really not that much coolers that is super relevant at this point in time, except for maybe strength cooler as a support unit, and then sometimes EZA cooler as well, the final form one. But now, given that you're looking at physical, int, and tech, unfortunately, when you're looking at Dokkan Festival exclusives, I kind of did a whole video about like, okay, well, you only have AGL and strength left for Dokkan Festival exclusive LRs. But if you look at it in a different way, of course, I'm just looking at it more like the 200% leads, the current meta, and those are really the only 2 spots left for Worldwide Download Celebration. But if you think that they are, expanding it further, like if you put the $350 million celebration units in on this, and then you say, okay, where does LRGG go, right? So LRGG goes to a different spot here, so it falls down a little bit lower, and thus still giving a lot of different options here. Now, of course, tech can still be an option and physical can still be an option, but I still really think that it could be an AGL or strength. One of the two, it's either Goku or Cooler will be a strength unit. I'm pretty sure of that. And but in my mindset of, will they actually do another extreme AGL unit after Frieza? So if you look at just extreme as the mindset of, okay, extreme Dokkan Festival exclusive LRs, there's only tech and strength left. So all right, so my options are what? It's going to be extreme tech or extreme AGL. And if it was just a straight final form cooler, I think it might just end up being the strength unit, so because that would work really well with the strength cooler, right? So anyway, I came to a conclusion. I was like, okay, I don't want to build another tech unit, I'm just going to do AGL. So imagine the cooler with the final form Frieza, the full power final form Frieza. I think that'd be very, very strong on extreme AGL. So let's dive into the details then. So that's what I've chose here. It's going to be extreme AGL unit. Again, it can be extreme tech or even extreme strength, but let's look at it as a AGL unit here. So the thing about the leader skill, let me actually make this a little bit bigger. So the stats really don't matter, right? I have that 22,766. 20,766 and 14,266. So that really doesn't matter. That's I can never guess what the stats are. So, but let's look at just the leader skills and everything else in the stats that we can predict and can look into. So I have the leader skill here as a new category, Vengeance. The reason why I add a new category here is we've been seeing the pattern of TUR Dokkan Festival exclusives as kind of building the 200% leads with the current categories we have now. However, the LR Dokkan Festival exclusive LRs, primarily the LR Super Saiyan 4 and the LR Gods and LR GG, those units actually brought in a new category, and I think that's what's going to be the pattern from here on out. Is the Dokkan Festival exclusive TRs are just going to be focused on the current categories, while the LRs, the Dokkan Festival exclusive LRs, are going to be bringing in the new category. So I actually just picked Vengeance here. It's different from Revenge. For those who have seen the Revenge category, it's not very strong. It's not very wide either. So I just have here Vengeance is, in a sense, you're like fighting because you are avenging, or someone got hurt and you're you're basically providing vengeance for that individual who either died, got hurt, stuff like that. So for example, give you some examples of what vengeance could be. Vengeance could be, of course, Cooler for Frieza, but Super Saiyan Goku for Krillin, right? That's easy there. And we all think that there's going to be a Super Saiyan Goku or base form Cooler or Kaioken Goku in this worldwide celebration. But so that would make sense for a Vengeance category to possibly be used on even this team here. You look at like Bulma and Vegeta versus Beerus, right? So that Vegeta there's a level of vengeance there. So I guess you can say that for a lot of units, but when you actually start thinking about it, there's actually, sometimes not a direct correlation. A lot of actually fights are because of defending the planet, defending the universe, stuff like that. So versus Vengeance. So anyway, that's the category I came up with, and I did add Final Trump Card as 170% lead because we don't have one. I don't know if you guys know this, we don't have one. It was introduced in the 5-year anniversary units, and then 2 years later, we still don't have 170% Final Trump Card leaders. So I think that would be a very, very strong category to run. And then, of course, the 30% for the 200% boost will be for Transformation Boost, if it's going to be a Transformation Boost unit. So I just realized something on my other card that I did, and I'll change it like mid-discussion on it. So anyway, so Transformation Boost as the 200% lead there. So the Super Attack Death Flash raises attack and causes mega colossal damage to enemy and lowers attack and defense. So stacking attack and then lowering attack and defense, I think that's very useful. Super Battle Road, stuff like that. Not as much on Red Zone, but you can see kind of how this would work on Red Zone here. Ultra Super Attack is the Destructive Ray, raises attack and defense. It seems like there's a lot of stacking units when it comes to the Dokkan Festival exclusive LR, so we're just going to keep that as is. For the 18 Super Attack is a stacking attack and defense, mega colossal damage to enemy, and greatly lowers attack and defense. Passive skill, so I just called it For the Cold. Attacks or activates the entrance animation once only. Key +6, defense 60%, critical hit for 3 turns from the start of the turn when there's another Vengeance category ally attacking the same turn, which should be pretty easy to do. Now, the rest of the passive is attack and defense 130%, and I've been seeing, 120 for a flat base for like the 7-year anniversary LRs, and then LRGG's 140, so I just kind of went in the middle with 130% there. And then attacks effectiveness all types when performing an Ultra Super Attack, so that's pretty strong there. And you have a defense 60%, so additional defense, launching additional attack, and that has a medium chance of becoming a super attack as the first attacker. So at the first attacker, if you have the interest animation, you're going to have 60% defense, another 60% defense on top of the 130%, and then if you're doing ultra super attack, another 30% of defense there. So pretty strong when you're doing in the first attack there. A lot of people are really valuing first position units quite a bit. So now if you're going to be running in the second or third attacker, you're still going to get a boost, not as much as 60%. It's going to be split up between attack and defense. So attack 30% and defense 30%, and then again launches additional attack with a medium chance of becoming a super attack in the second or third attacker in the turn. And on top of that, I just posted a little bit of a boost there, extreme class allies defense plus 30%, just to boost up any extreme units that you're going to be running on this team here. So I didn't put the key or things of that nature. I think that might have been a little bit too OP. I think just having the extreme class allies defense 30% is still very, very useful. Active skill, final transformation, transforms and greatly raises allies defense for 1 turn. So a 30% boost to everybody is not bad, I don't think. And that's kind of a nice little benefit when you actually want to transform, because you're in a scenario you're not using an item, you're just transforming, so you can still get a no item run done based off of this opportunity to use the active skill here, the active skill transformation. Now it can be activated when you're fighting against a pure Satan's enemy, or your HP is 66% or below. Right, so I think that's fair active condition. So the Link skill is a strongest clan in space, thirst for conquest, big bad bosses, metamorphoses, the universe most malevolent, fierce battle, legendary power. Really just having big bad bosses on here, and then you're going to link up very good with strongest clan in space if you're running a bunch of Friezas. Makes a lot of sense on top of the universe most malevolent, right? So categories, I wish I could have put more. So I just basically used the transformation STR coolers categories and added vengeance. So you have movie bosses, transformation boost, wicked bloodline, Terrifying Conquerors, Target Goku, Final Trump Card, Space Traveling Warriors, Planetary Destruction, and Vengeance. So that's this base form cooler. Then when you transform, I kind of went a little crazy, alright? So you transform here, and here's what happens, alright? Here's what happens. So, alright, make this a little bit bigger here. The super attack, the death gliding, raises attack and defense for 1 turn, so no more stacking on the 12 key, which is fine, and then you can't lower attack and defense anyway, and generally speaking, unless you're doing Super Battle Road, you're not going to need that, you know, down the road when you actually do make the transformation. The ultra super attack, you still stack on attack and defense here, but you lose the opportunity to greatly lowers attack and defense. Now the passive skill, let it go. If you know the pun of why I put that as the passive skill, then hey, more power to you. So that the pun is kind of there, and or inside joke, whatever. It's not even an inside joke. Everybody should know what that means. So the passive skill provides a restore HP 30%. So if you are using this because your HP dropped below 66%, this will boost you back up over 90% if you're right under at that 66% mark. So that's a nice little benefit there at transformation, which is always good to have when you transform, have a little extra benefit. The attack and defense turns from 130% to 166%. And then all the first and second and third thing I dropped off. We're going to do attacks effective to all types and launches additional super attack when performing a super attack. So a medium chance of becoming a super attack when performing a super attack. So once you do the super attack, you're going to have a medium chance of doing another super attack with the additional attack there. Oh yeah, effective against all types is just there. So here's where it gets crazy. I was like, you know what we haven't had in a while is the Kale and Khalifa mechanic. And when I was thinking like AGL here, I was like, wait a minute, it's been a while since that, because that was kind of crazy broken. And I was like, let's add that and transformation support, because most of the time when you transform, you lose the support, in this case 30% the defense. But that's why not like make it like crazy support on top of that, have the Kale and Khalifa benefit on there. So yeah, it is getting kind of crazy here. I don't even know what the calculations for the damage output for this unit is, but it kind of probably be ridiculous. So for those who can do that, feel free to calculate and post in the comment section below what this unit can actually do at transformation. So attack and defense 10% per movie bosses, final trump card, wicked bloodline, category ally in the team. And yes, it stacks. However, when I did look at, is there a movie boss, final trump card, and wicked bloodline unit, the only unit that basically does all that is the strength cooler, right? Everything else has maybe 2 of these, but not all 3. So that is a little bit more reasonable, right? Reasonable for those categories there. But then on top of that is for your category allies, movie bosses, final trump card, and wicked bloodline also gets a +2 to key and attack and defense 20%, which I think it might have just been too much. Maybe I should just put it at 10% here, but that of course does stack. So you're gonna help a movie boss category and a final trump card category unit get a 40% and key +4 boost. Yeah, I probably might have should have just removed the key there. The key's getting kind of out of control. So yeah, you talk about like a broken unit. I think this is probably a very, very broken unit in the game. with the stacking ability and all of this crazy support and category ally boost that's on here, the Kayla Khalifa mechanics. So anyway, so you also have an active skill here, and it's just the slow and agonizing death, causes ultimate damage to enemy and does a critical hit, and you can activate this once you're back below 66%. So I think this is pretty reasonable, I guess. I don't know, maybe not. Maybe we went too far here. It should be really fun when you build teams and you're going, oh, this is going to boost up Cooler, and then Cooler is going to boost up this unit here. And of course, primarily you're going to be running a lot of freezes. But if you're going to run like final trump card units, this unit still can be off rotation, main rotation, and still be a good support unit. So anyway, just some interesting thoughts here. Now, I did realize when I said I'm going to make the final form Cooler here, right, as a strength unit, if the final form Cooler with its own just standalone LR, and I just literally just thought to myself right now, because I kind of just copy and paste a bunch of this stuff together, is the leader skill kind of doesn't make any sense due to the fact is the 30% to transformation boost, and this unit generally isn't a transformation boost unit. However, Final Form Cooler is on Transformation Boost, the physical one, so I guess this still kind of makes sense. Anyway, the leader skills stayed the same. The super attacks I did change, so the super attack, instead of raising attack, if I'm doing this as a kind of a Final Form Cooler standalone, not a transformation unit, I'm just going to raise defense on the 12 key, and then it raises attack and defense for the Ultra Super Attack. I just ended up taking off the lowers attack and defense, right? So I did take that off on the standalone. So the passive skill, I did add the active skill, or the activate entrance animation. So instead of defense plus 60%, I just reduced it down to 30%, which should be fine, and only did it for one turn. So critical hit, key plus 6, and 30% for one turn, and that's it. Because you're just going to get boosted up anyway. So attack and defense still 166. I probably should have dropped that to like 130 or 140. And then attacks effectiveness is all types, launches additional attack, and becomes a medium chance of becoming a super attack when performing an ultra super attack. So make it a little bit harder than just performing a super attack and an ultra super attack. And then the craziness, attack and defense 10%, movie bosses, final trump card, wicked bloodline, and then support for movie bosses, final trump card, and wicked bloodline. So active skill, same thing, causes ultimate damage to enemy, and then can be activated when HP 66% or below. So yeah, let me know what you guys think. I had fun making this, and love to see what you guys have built. So comment below and see how you guys have built your cooler on here. If you guys want me to do a Goku, I actually don't really have much motivation to do a Goku, but if you really want to see Goku on here, hit the like button, comment below, say, hey, if I get enough likes, I guess I might spend some time to build a custom Goku for the Worldwide Download Celebration as well. So anyway, again, had a good time on here. If you are new to my channel, like, subscribe, comment below, do all that good stuff. Thank you all for watching. Hey, and keep on Dokkaning. We'll catch you next time. Later.